Welcome back. We have one more bout to go. One swing bout, our feature fight of the night. Please welcome to the blue corner, Kyle Broadwater.
Fury fans, welcome back to our Facebook page, our YouTube page. Our swing bout, our featured fight of the night after a great card here at Fury FC 57. Kyle Broadwater making his way to the cage now, 1-5, fighting out of Denver, representing Genesis MMA. What a night we've already had, and I think we're going to get some more fireworks here in our swing bout.
Man, I saw two at least. There were three really good knockouts, but man, two of them were one-shot sleepers. Man, make you feel almost a little uneasy. But I'll tell you, man, the prelims brought the action. The main card brought the action. My move of the night so far was that No Way Jose Johnson knocking over Delani Perry. And man, our featured prelim was actually turned into a swing bout. And this is one of the most, highest prospects in Michael Aswell walking out next. There's a lot of high hopes out of this kid.
Yeah, Michael Aswell sold 22 of the 27 VIP tables here. He's got 70 of his fraternity brothers here.
Please welcome to the red corner, Michael Aswell.
Here we go, the Texas kid, Michael Aswell.
Just an all-around awesome person. Great fighter. You can tell his community loves him.
Yeah. Former Fury featherweight champion as an amateur. Attends University of Houston, the Bauer Business Program. He's a member of the Kappa Sigma fraternity. Did a half of his camp with James Krause at a Glory MMA. James is in his corner over there. Adrian Yanez over there with him. Also, he's an Iridium Sports athlete. Iridium Sports Athletics. Jason House in the house over here tonight.
We saw him last year as well on that final card. We were at the Arena Theater, and we look at our tail of tape, but he was also the featured fight of the prelims, got moved, and it was just bonkers. I mean, his fans love him, and our tail of tape brought to you by Sheets Underwear. Michael Aswell, the Texas kid, 21 years old, 5'8", 70 inches on that reach, has that 1-inch reach advantage over the veteran, Kyle Broadwater.
Yeah, and if you want to meet Michael Aswell Sr., come out here about an hour before the show starts. He'll be here shaking hands, making sure that people know who his son is. Every time Michael gets sent to the swing bout, he always says he's the real headliner.
That's right.
Let's go inside and wait for our official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest brought to you by Aces Performance Exhaust is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury FC Featherweight Division. It is your feature fight of the night. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This freestyle fighter stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, and he weighed in at 144.8 pounds. Fighting out of Austin, Texas, by way of Denver, Colorado. Tonight, he seeks his second professional victory. Introducing the King Slayer, Kyle Broadwater. And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, and he weighed in officially at 149.6 pounds. Fighting out of Houston, Texas, he holds a perfect professional record of 3 wins, no losses, representing Metro Fight Club, presenting the Texas Kid, Michael Aswell. Your referee in charge of the action, Jeff Rexroad.
And this feels like the main event, gentlemen.
It sure does.
Yeah, it does.
I love it.
Kyle Broadwater getting no love from this crowd here tonight.
No.
That's the first time I've heard a Fury fighter get booed at an introduction.
He seems like a nice guy, too.
I know.
He's definitely in enemy territory.
I love it. The best fans in the fight game. Shout out to everyone watching. Fury FC 57 continues with our featured fight of the night. Welcome back into our Facebook page. The Texas kid, Michael Aswell, coming out aggressive, as we expected.
Yeah, one thing you'll see Aswell do is he'll pressure and he'll throw volume, but he won't really overswing too much. I mean, he'll keep a super constant, consistent pace, and will just beat guys up with volume over time.
Second fight in a row, Michael, where his fight has been moved to the swing bout status, and that just means you're the featured fighter prelims. But man, you got to give it up to him for staying focused the entire night.
Especially if you got to hit 2 warm-ups. You know, you warm up, you go to the fight, they tell you to wait 3 hours.
Great point.
This is a little more wild than I've ever seen Aswell. It's awesome. He brings the fans, he brings the energy, but that can make you turn a pretty fight into an ugly fight.
Yeah, I was going to say it does help that he brings 60% of the fans that are in this building whenever he comes here. So even on a swing bout back on Facebook, this feels like the main event for sure.
He did the damage with that right hand. Gives him an easy opening to shoot.
Texas kid, well-rounded. Trying to get more wins under his belt, trying to work up to that main card status.
He had a good duck runner. He's at the body lock. We'll see if he can secure a back take.
I bet if you ask Mike Aswell Sr., he never wants Junior to go to the main card. He wants him to keep getting these swing bouts and be the main event.
Oh, yeah.
See Aswell trying that outside trip, moving to an inside trip, he's using that inside leg. And if Broadwater turns the wrong way, he's got it gone now, but Aswell just putting a lot of pressure on him up against the cage.
Yeah, Broadwater's not shown us a lot of offense yet, but his defense has been sound. He hasn't been hit with anything too big. He's defended some takedowns in the back take.
Yeah, Kyle with a 1-5 record. He's fought some very close fights. He has a couple of split decisions in that 1-5. So he's taken a lot of guys to the distance and done very, very well. Just his record doesn't reflect that.
Yeah.
I hear the crowd just anticipating something big here. Waiting for that moment for the Texas kid to give them what they want, a huge win at Fury FC 57.
Michael Aswell kind of reminds me of Forrest Griffin's style. Nothing's like the prettiest. It's very consistent. The work rate is very high. And he puts maybe like 60% pop on all of his shots. But, man, I'll tell you, he throws a lot of them.
Yeah, got a gas tank that never seems to run out.
No.
Constantly applies pressure throughout the fight.
You know, he was having a lot of success at range with his boxing. I'd like to see maybe Aswell choose to separate and get back to his higher volume striking.
Michael representing Metro Fight Club. That style that Metro brings. Saul Solis instilled for such a long time, rest in peace. You just see it on display.
Yeah, and like we said earlier, he spent half his camp this time with James Krause out of Glory MMA. And, you know, James, this is probably not quite the style they had in mind whenever they came into this fight. And if this goes to the second round, we'll probably encourage him to get some distance in there.
Touch him up, yeah.
30 seconds left in the opening round of our featured fight of the night.
Yeah, Kyle doing a good job of keeping that pressure on even from the cage.
We'll go back to the center of the ring for a little final exchange to end round one. Michael Aswell trying to end it right here. 10 seconds left.
Another good right hand there from Aswell.
Nice push kick there from Kyle Broadwater.
To the second round we go. Take a look at these highlights for round one. An overhand from Aswell, red there by Broadwater.
Yeah, Michael Aswell mixing it up a little bit here, throwing the punches and kicks. Took a couple. Kyle Broadwater, is not backing down from him at all. Kyle was able to land a couple of those push kicks. Looks like Aswell may have stunned him just a little bit there on that break.
It's a good round for the Texas kid, but they're looking for that one pop, that one moment from the round, and it just never happened.
Yeah, nothing super notable happened in that opening round. Both guys kind of finding their range.
Does that work in the favor of Kyle Broadwater, getting out of round one with this excitement, with that energy from this crowd?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Nice inside combo there from the Texas kid.
I'd like to see the Texas kid put a little more weight behind his punches, try to do a little more damage with the shots he throws. Like that, the 1-2 was technically thrown okay, but there's not a lot of stopping power behind it.
Yeah, and I'd like to see him squat down a little bit more in his stance, and just so he can do that. He's standing very, very tall, and so he's standing kind of square. So when you're standing kind of square and very, very tall, those punches are hard to get any weight behind.
Michael Aswell needs to be careful, even though the record is 1-5. You guys talked about some of those tough losses. A lot of power behind Broadwater's punches.
Yeah, Broadwater needs to get off of his back foot. He needs to pressure in a little bit more. Decent kick there from Broadwater.
Michael Aswell, a good punch there.
See, it landed flush, but he didn't put a lot of steam behind it.
And then he stepped out of the pocket whenever he was a little bit stunned from it. Like you said, not a lot behind it, but it did stun him a little bit, and he stepped back out of the pocket and gave him a chance to recover.
That does come with, bringing a big crowd. You got a lot of pressure on you to perform and win, so you're not looking to take a lot of risks. And I've seen Aswell open up a lot more in previous fights against tougher opponents.
Yeah, Aswell kind of landing at will whenever he does open up. He's landing effective shots. That's the only thing I don't like about these swing bouts. You just never know how they affect your mentality. You never know how they affect your cardio. You just never know how they affect you whenever you warm up twice, whenever you get mentally ready. You kind of have to stay mentally ready. Aswell rocking him a little bit there. Broadwater in some trouble now.
2:40 left in the second round, and Aswell, the Texas kid, sees something opening here, smells that blood in the water, and Broadwater doing a good job of taking all that momentum away. To at least survive a little bit.
He's putting a little more rocket sauce on those punches, and you saw a notable difference in the reaction and body language of Broadwater here.
Broadwater inviting him to stand back up and not giving him any distance. Maybe trying to bait him into something there.
When he stands up, he surprises the right hand on him.
A little Mayweather special.
Ooh, Kyle Broadwater landed a good right hand there.
150 left.
Michael Aswell starting to bust Kyle Broadwater up a little bit.
Left eye, a little blood coming out, swollen for sure. Took a lot of damage in that last minute of action, did Broadwater.
So you notice Broadwater's left arm is kind of hugging around the head of Aswell instead of using a whizzer. From Aswell, I'm hitting a body lock duck under instantaneously right here. Connect your hands, duck under the arm, expose the back, and drag him down. which is kind of a dirty boxing style fight in a phone booth is what you call it. For those younger audience viewers at home, a phone booth used to exist before cell phones existed. You had to make a call on the go. You go to a phone booth on the street, put in a couple quarters, and get your information out there.
I was surprised you knew that, Alex.
Yeah, Alex.
Have you ever used a payphone?
I have not. I have not.
For our younger viewers like Alex,
Yeah.
that's what we used to use.
Hey,
Yeah.
man, I'm 31. I'm not that young.
Yeah, man, whenever you wanted to call home, you had to go had to carry some quarters around with you and go use the payphone.
My parents used to hate it when I called them collect because I didn't have any coins. Your boy was paying out of pocket, man. Actually saw a phone booth last weekend.
Yeah, it's amazing. It used to cost you $12 to call somebody that was 30 miles away from you.
The Texas kid hearing his fans trying to get something to end the second round, something memorable for all these fans in our featured fight of the night. Live on Facebook. Thank you for joining us and staying with us. A nice exchange to end the second round.
This fight's picked up a bit of entertainment value here in the second round. Broadwater got a good little mouse under his left eye. Both guys exchanging.
If the fight didn't entertain you, then our history on phone booths, I hope
Yeah,
did.
oh,
I
yeah.
hope somebody enjoyed it. Our highlights of the second round. See Michael Aswell, the Texas kid. As you mentioned, a lot of punches landing, but where's that power, right? Where's that stunning power? We did see that big connect there on the right, from the right, excuse me.
We're about to see Aswell actually rock Broadwater with the right hand coming up here in just a moment.
Yeah, Alex, and if I had something to say that Aswell could improve on, it's whenever he does start throwing those flurries, you see he kind of squares his feet up in front of his opponent, and he's kind of throwing from a square position. That cross should come from across your body and land with it right at the end, maybe 5 inches from full extension, and kind of punching through their head, and that's where that power comes from on those punches. When you square up like that, you lose a lot of power, and it becomes just kind of a rabbit punch after that.
And you really open yourself up as a target, becoming broad, more surface area to attack.
Yeah, you do. Leave yourself open for all kinds of things. The takedown, just
I'll tell you, Aswell's standing a little tall with his chin up. I've not seen a performance like this out of him before. It's not particularly bad. It's just not as polished as we'd seen in the past.
The Texas kid could be the next big name out of Houston MMA. Everyone's just waiting.
well, you can
right
tell
now.
Michael Aswell does not want this to go to decision. He was pouring it on. Kyle Broadwater kind of tied him up there, but Michael Aswell is starting to get very active here in the third round.
Texas kid trying to get inside there, trying to catch Broadwater.
Little Superman punch attempt there by Kyle Broadwater. Did Kyle Broadwater just pull guard?
No, he just kind of accepted that single leg. Aswell grabbed his leg and Broadwater just kind of fell. 2 points for a takedown. This is a jiu-jitsu match. You can see Broadwater just kind of in survival mode. No underhooks, no frames. He's kind of pulling in Aswell close. I think if Aswell really just puts his foot on the gas, he could get this guy out of here right now.
You know, with Aswell, the possibility is probably in his mind that, hey, I could be moved later on in the night. It happened last time. I don't know if Kyle Broadwater expected that as much, right? So what kind of difference does that make for a guy that hasn't been in that position before?
Yeah, you know, that's a good point. One of my coaches once was fighting for Strikeforce, and his fight was a swing bout. So he was gonna fight around like 6 p.m., ends up fighting right at like 11:30. He said he didn't like it, but he showed up and performed. And I remember his opponent, another vet, was really complaining about that change in his schedule. Man, you gotta adapt and overcome. Again, if Aswell just sticks to these left hands, I'm telling you, he lands 10 to the head, even if they're not very flush. He could probably get a stoppage here.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure why he dug his arm underneath there. He's really effective so far with throwing those punches from that position. Going to try to drag him back down to the mat here.
Wonder if those arms are burning out just a little bit. You guys are right. I mean, right there, could have just kept going with that left hand and
I mean, you can see Broadwater, he's not trying to escape. He's just trying to survive. He's just trying to mitigate as much damage as he can, and he's not really trying to win anymore.
Yeah, we may get a tap from him if he lands too many more of those knees to the ribs.
I mean, see, just like accepting and taking bottom position in a fight where you're down 2 rounds, that's a hard negative in my book.
Yeah, and I mean, it looked like he tried for a Kimura grip there, but it was a very half-hearted attempt. Michael Aswell dominating him right now on the ground.
Absolute survival mode for Kyle Broadwater. Michael Aswell, the Texas kid, hoping it doesn't go to the scorecards, trying to end it right now. Both guys just look worn out now.
Yeah, good for Kyle Broadwater, though, still coming out, throwing punches.
I mean, there's enough time left in this fight for something to happen. And man, Aswell, he's so chinny right now. His chin's so high.
And he's taking a couple shots on it. Hasn't affected him yet. Not much pepper on those shots from Kyle Broadwater.
Yeah, I don't know if Broadwater has the actual physical stamina or power to actually do any damage.
Just white. He looks done. Both guys waiting for this final minute to run down. The Texas kid, Michael Aswell, trying to move to 4-0.
Yeah, nice outside trip there to get Kyle Broadwater back to the ground, back on his back. He's got about 40 seconds here. Kyle Broadwater, you see him using that lockdown there.
I despise the lockdown. It breaks all of my personal principles from half guard. You can't be flat on your back or else you're just going to get pinned. Now, granted, I know you got the electric chair, you got the sweep, you got the vaporizer, but still, unless you're like a specialty grappler.
I haven't seen any indication that Kyle Broadwater has the ability to pull any of those off.
Yeah, I'd agree with you.
No offense, Kyle.
10 seconds left.
I don't think he took offense.
And looks like this is going to be it. Michael Aswell, the Texas kid, should go to 4-0.
Yeah, dominant performance from Michael Aswell. And this place still feels like a sold-out arena.
Yeah, it sure does.
We look at the highlights for round 3, and Michael's kind of disappointed not getting the finish, but man, a win's a win. At some point, you just go, win's a win, you move on. Still got lots to, accomplish.
True. My high-level coach did tell me one time, if you want to be an A-level fighter, you got to take out B-level fighters. You got to finish them in the first.
Yeah.
And I think Aswell could have done that if he had really just kind of changed a few of his mission priorities. A good performance. I mean, he won 15 minutes out of 15 minutes, but I do feel like he could have finished this fight if he had just shifted a few priorities. All the same, he'll be keeping his undefeated record, which is most important. He'll be getting that win in front of a huge crowd, which is huge from a promoter standpoint. I've said this before, Michael Aswell is everything a promoter could ever want out of a fighter.
Absolutely. So the Texas kid will move to 4-0. And don't forget to follow us on social media. If you're watching us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, Fury Fighting. Follow us on Twitter, @Fury Fighting against TX. Fantastic night of fights at the Civic Center.
Yeah, you can see Michael Aswell very disappointed himself that he wasn't able to finish Kyle Broadwater. But, like the Iceman King Parson said, it beats that way sometimes.
Yeah.
Any guy, any man who you go in there against is going to be very tough at this level. They just are. And like we said, we don't know how the swing bout affects each fighter. We don't know what kind of warm-up he had earlier versus what kind of warm-up he had now. Very difficult to gauge all that. And as much as he likes headlining, in parentheses, or in quotations, these fights, I guarantee he'll be ready to have a set time when he's ready to go.
All right, we go inside the cage for one last time to Wayne Leggett.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of combat, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision brought to you by Aces Performance Exhaust. All 3 judges score the fight 30-27, declaring your winner by unanimous decision, the Texas Kid, Michael Aswell.
Texas kid. On behalf of everyone at Fury Fighting Championship, our entire production team, our entire Fight Game team, for Alex Morano, for Michael Alexander, I'm Rahil Ramscali, and join us at Fury FC 58, February 27th, Dallas, Texas. Good night, everyone. Get home safely. If you're already home, well, enjoy your night. We'll talk to you next time.